What's going on, guys? It's Jordan back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio and why I think Ethereum is about to make a huge move based on the Bitcoin ratio. And also, we're going to take a look at why this bull market for Ethereum is lining up exactly what it did in the last bull market. So let's jump right on in to the video. As we jump right on in to the weekly chart of the Ethereum Bitcoin pair or ratio, just wanted to first say, guys, it's about to snow tomorrow. I got my little sweater on and I got my Starbucks coffee for the first time in a year. And I'm not looking forward to the winter, guys. I just want to put that out there real quick. But we're going to jump on into the chart here, guys. And we're in an interesting channel on the Bitcoin Ethereum ratio, right, guys? We've been in this channel where Ethereum is gaining on Bitcoin in this upwards channel here. You guys can see these two purple lines. We're getting multiple touches and resistances on this line. And this is what is going to push Ethereum higher on the ratio, right? Ethereum is going to gain on Bitcoin. You're going to see higher gains or lower losses in Ethereum if there's a pullback. So right now, I think it's very likely we come up and at least retest this red line here, right? So this has been huge resistance, back in 2016, all throughout 2018 and 2019, just recently in August, and now I think we're going to be coming up and retesting that. If we break that, we're going to be testing the top of this range. I think a breakout is very possible here, and I'm going to go through why, right? It's very bullish ever since June, where we broke out of this downwards resistance line, but that's been keeping us down so many times. You guys can see it literally was just keeping us down, and then we broke up out of it, which is extremely bullish for this ratio. We're going to look at a couple things here, a couple different fractals, and showing you why I think Ethereum is about to pump up, like not just like a little pump, like a major pump that we saw back in like 2017, right? So if you look back here during this, like the 2016, 2017 era, if you want to call it, we had this red resistance line, which was our last all-time high right here, right, guys? Our last all-time high. And then we had, if I can make a circle there, last all-time high here. And then I basically made a red line here when we first go down, right? We make our new all-time high, and then we come back down, hit it once, right? Come back down, and then absolutely pump. Now I'm going to show you why this is so similar to back over here, right? So same thing, guys. We had our all-time high here, our next red line, right? We pumped up, made our new all-time high. We came back down, right? Came back up, touched it once. Now we made our little low, right? We made our little low just like we did here, right? And now we're going to come back and retest it again. And you guys can see exactly what happened last time. We absolutely crushed on the ratio, right? Look at this. This went from 1 cent, not 1 cent, but the ratio went from 0.01 all the way up to 0.15, which is absolutely crazy. That's a 15x right there. And I think something similar will be happening very soon. Now, this is not to say Bitcoin is going to go down. This ratio does not mean, one's going to go down and one's going to go up. It's just going to mean the Ethereum gains are going to outgain Bitcoin, which makes perfect sense because we see that Bitcoin's already touching its all-time high and Ethereum is still lagging below its all-time high. So that makes perfect sense. So I think we're going to see something very similar to what we saw back here, right, guys? Where we get over the next few weeks, I think we're going to get a slight pullback, but we can still see Ethereum go up on the pullback. Bitcoin can just go down further than Ethereum goes down percentage-wise, right? So I think we're going to see a pretty big pump and break out of this channel where we retest the all-time highs of the ratio, right? That's just my opinion on the Bitcoin ratio with Ethereum. Now we're going to look at the Ethereum chart, and we're going to look at a couple fractals that I see playing out, right? So first I want to say if we get a pullback, I think it's very likely we come back and pull back to this 437 range and retest this old local high here. It also makes sense because the 20-week moving average, which is extremely important for bull runs, we want to keep that is going to be pretty much, in a week or two, is going to be pretty much at that level. So maybe we come back down and retest it, let it catch up a little bit, and then continue higher, right? So that would make perfect sense if we get a pullback, because Bitcoin's at its all-time high. The altcoins, could see a quick retrace and then a pump up before Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. So now we're going to look at a few things, right? So back here, during the all-time, once we have the all-time high resistance line here, and we have the all-time high resistance line here. Now I marked February 13th, 2017 here with a blue line, right? And I did that for a reason. That's when we really started that parabolic run-up for Ethereum last time, right? It was around that 13th of February, 2017. Exactly, right, guys? So now we're going to look at Bitcoin and see what happened on that day. So the 12th of February, 2017, so Ethereum really started pumping, and it was below its all-time high, right, guys? It was a, almost, if all-time high, minus the wick, I didn't count the wick, but the all-time high was about $16. Back in that days, it was about $10. So a little more than half. And it makes sense, guys, because right now, the price is about, the all-time high was up here, and we're about a little bit lower than half. So pretty similar range. If you look at about this area last time, right, February 12th, 2017, Bitcoin was right at its all-time high. That's when it was really testing its all-time high. And what are we doing right now, guys? Bitcoin is testing its all-time high, right? And Ethereum is in a very similar position where it started to get, it had its dump off, and then it had a rounded bottom. And now it's really started to make that pump. Same thing up here, guys. We had our sell-off, made our rounded bottom. Now we're starting that pump up, right? And as soon as Bitcoin was touching its all-time high back here, right? As soon as Bitcoin was touching its all-time high, what is it doing now, guys? It's touching its all-time high. What did Ethereum do last time Bitcoin touched its all-time high? It absolutely mooned for the next couple months, right? So I think something similar could happen, just like it did back in 2017, where when Bitcoin was kind of stalling at its all-time high. Let's look for how long it was stalling for it at its all-time high, right? So, from the 1st of January, let's say the first touch, right? It broke above it, came back down, and then we didn't officially break it. It took 3 months for us when we first hit it to when we firmly broke it and never went below it again, right? 3 months. So, and then let's look at the Ethereum one here, guys, and let's look at how long this got a major pump, right? So about 15 weeks, which would approximately be a little less than 4 months. So that while Bitcoin was trying to break its all-time high, Ethereum pumped up past its all-time high, right? So I think we're looking at something very, very similar to that, and you guys can see why these are so similar. Bitcoin resisting its all-time high, Ethereum breaking its all-time high. Ethereum's in a very similar position that it was back here, right? Very similar position. So we could see a major pump up coming very, very soon for Ethereum. I think we might see a slight retrace. I think we need to retest this as support. And then we might see a major run up super, super fast for Ethereum. Just based on all these fractals, based on the ETH ratio, what happened last time we were at this exact moment. Guys, I think now is the time you want to be accumulating Ethereum. One, because it's still way below its all-time high, while Bitcoin is pretty close to its all-time high. But also because all these fractals and just the Bitcoin Ethereum ratio is just pointing to massive Ethereum gains in the short, medium, and long term. And I'm a huge believer in Bitcoin. A large percent of my stack is in Bitcoin, but I also have a large percent. I have a little bit higher percentage of Ethereum than most people do, right? The majority of my stack is Bitcoin, Ethereum second, but I have a higher percentage and more people do in Ethereum. So that's just my opinion on Ethereum, guys. Leave in the comment section below what you guys think of Ethereum, right? Like I said, guys, I'm just a guy with a Starbucks coffee, looking at some charts, just having a conversation with you guys. So I like to know what you guys think as well. I'm one of you guys, I want to hear you guys' opinions as well. Also, don't forget to leave a like on this video. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, YouTube algorithm really helps. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you press that subscribe button down below. I come out with almost daily crypto videos for you guys with a bunch of altcoins, Bitcoin, I talk about pretty much anything. You guys can check out my channel and see I talk about dozens of altcoins every week. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Make sure you like that video, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow.